Some of you have always sensed people's true intentions toward you, whether by picking it up on subtle cues, overhearing something that raised suspicion, or hearing it directly from someone else by word of mouth. You are a living, breathing lie detector, and so much more. It's as if your conscious and unconscious mind work together seamlessly, allowing you to comprehend things beyond the surface. It may seem as though you were instinctively wired to sense and protect yourself against the evil nature of things, even if you're not fully aware of it on a conscious level. Even when you're not actively looking, something seems to be looking out for you, even give you the idea or the answer. The message comes through and registers as a feeling, far more advanced, faster, and more secure than any private network, phone, or computer. I come to realize that not everyone operates from the same level of intuitive awareness that I do. That awareness helped me see that I often assume the best of others, and that naivety blinded me from seeing people clearly for who they are and what they are. I wasn't aware of the contrast between them and me that always seemed to be the reason for my disappointment. My intuition feels like it's always on autopilot. I'm able to use it freely by trusting what I know and what I observe. I come to understand that the subconscious often reveals the truth about a person, even when their words don't. Their actions quietly confirm what I already sensed. I am my own master and student. Nobody really had to teach me anything. Every teaching outside my own seemed to be manipulation and control. I often tend to stand in my own way for good reasons. Everything changed when I realized that most people were driven by harmful intentions. As a TI, there has been many people around us who seem to carry hostility and ill will towards us, even though we haven't done anything to deserve it. At least that's how it feels. But the truth is, we draw a lot of attention and envy because they recognize our protection. They know we have something that's great that they can't fully understand. You have to remember, we are surrounded by thieves. They want what you have. They want what they can have. Plus, the mind wants certainty. It wants to know. It wants to be right. Often we can unintentionally frustrate people who struggle with low self-esteem. They tend to heavily rely on others' opinion to feel secure. So they stay in everyone's business, constantly trying to gauge how they're perceived. It gives them reassurance and sometimes a sense of having the upper hand. But with us, there's a natural confidence and protection that doesn't require effort. Because of that, some people misread our quiet strength, mistaking our humility for weakness or our self-assurance for arrogance. They call it arrogance because they're projecting. They assume that if someone carries themselves with quiet strength, it must come from the same insecurity or defensiveness they feel. When they try to protect themselves, they may resort to manipulation or harmful behavior, trying to tear others down to feel powerful. But we don't operate that way. We don't feel the need to prove ourselves or use our strength constantly. Real power doesn't have to be displayed all day, every day. They recognize that restraint, and instead of understanding it, they interpret it as weakness. Because if they were in our position, they believe they'd misuse it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is this: our nature reveals what side we're on. That's why we rub evil the wrong way, because it recognizes we're protected. It sends a signal. Remember, it's far more advanced, faster, and more secure than any private network, phone, or computer. When they see us, they immediately sense that we operate on a higher level above them. That's why they are often afraid or intimidated around us even when there's no reason to be. But I understand what it is. People who move with bad intentions know their actions create reactions, and they can sense when someone has a energetic response they wouldn't want to provoke, especially when they can't predict when or how it might show up. I can see why that would be unsettling for them. Imagine trying to break someone down mentally, yet they're still smiling. There's no clear sign that what you are doing is even working. That uncertainty makes them wonder, do they know? Why does it feel like they know? That kind of protection keeps people on their toes. We're often alone because of it. But our isolation isn't typical. For us, rejection is protection. And it happens for good reason. This protection extends. It's the same for some wild animals. Even sharks, often considered apex predators, know better and understand not to challenge a killer whale. That's real power. Look at porcupines. Their quiet, gentle nature can be mistaken for weakness. But the moment a predator tries to bite, it quickly realizes it made a painful mistake. Some predators instinctively know better than not even try. That's protection. Killer whales represent power, porcupine represents protection, and we carry both within us. We tap into something deep and primal in people, and those in power see that as a threat. They want everyone to operate a certain way, but they can't control that when someone like us is out in the world influencing positivity in others. That's why you are being targeted, because your presence is a threat. The Gangstalking program is a way to level the playing field for everybody. They built an environment designed to contain you, to minimize your influence and push back against everything you represent. It's similar to what Syndrome did in The Incredibles. He said, I'll sell my inventions so that everyone can be superheroes. Everyone can be super. And when everyone's super, no one will be. His plan wasn't about empowering people. His plan wasn't really about empowering people. It was about erasing distinction. By making everyone the same, he was stripping away individuality and natural gifts. If everyone has the same ability, then uniqueness loses its meaning. The idea reflects a deeper theme. Sometimes what looks like equalizing is really about diminishing what makes someone naturally exceptional. Here's the problem we are encountering. As long as there are people who die with regret, vengeful curses will continue to be born. When you realize that nearly everyone leaves this world carrying some form of regret, you begin to see how much unresolved energy lingers among us. It's as if the weight of those unfinished emotions move through the atmosphere, influencing the living in subtle ways. Sometimes all it takes is being in the wrong place at the wrong time, or simply being somewhere whose presence stirs envy and jealousy in those who haven't mastered themselves. Those emotions are powerful. Envy, resentment, insecurity, they generate energy. And people who lack grounding or self-awareness can become vessels for those feelings, acting them out without even realizing it. Weaker vessels. Now you find yourself dealing with real spiritual warfare against the pull of negativity and evil that seeks expression through human weakness. The program amplifies corruption, an emotional accelerator. It doesn't just create negativity, it magnifies it. First, it plants a distorted or harmful idea about someone. Then it feeds that idea, repeating and reinforcing it until it feels real, solid, undeniable. It generates the seed of doubt, then nurture it into certainty. What begins as a whisper becomes a narrative. What starts as suspicion becomes belief. And once belief takes hold, the damage multiplies on its own. This is modern day witchcraft. They use negative energy against us. Thoughts are energy. Energy can't be destroyed, only transferred or transformed. So where do you think all the negative thoughts about the target go? They get directed towards them. And it's much more than that. They give rise to cursed spirits and familiar spirits and direct them to monitor you, wear you down, disrupt your peace, your health, your mind, your clarity, or bring you bad luck. They can come as strangers, a friend, or even family. You ever slept with someone? All of a sudden, unfortunate events start happening. You lose someone close to you. You start losing money or a job, or someone touches you and soon later you gotten sick or become clumsy or start losing things, or been around someone and all of a sudden you get a headache or feel nauseous, or step into a room and feel lightheaded? Cursed spirits, familiar energies. Shared intentions create coherence. One person's hatred is chaotic, but a group with the same focus intentions create alignment. Think of it like this: random anger is static. Coordinated malice becomes a signal. When multiple people hold the same negative intentions towards one target, the energy isn't scattered, it becomes directional. Direction is what allows formation. Once formation becomes directional, intention can be multiplied. Repetition gives that negative energy structure, which is form. If they rehearse the same thoughts, speak about the target constantly, ritualize the hostility by having meetings, gossip circles, along with coordinated actions, now the emotion becomes something more than just an idea. Pattern creates structure. Structure allows manifestation. It lives, or they live. So the people who work for it, they feed it with narratives. It grows with recognition. Remember that Kanye West song, "What's a guide to a non-believer?" Meaning you gotta believe in it to give it power. If you don't believe in it, it has no power over you. They feed the curses with false narratives, because the false narratives against the target generate and maximize hate and resentment, and the energy don't die, it gets consumed. The curse grows stronger when people believe in it, people talk about it, people act in fear of it. The curse survives on attention and reflect truth. Let's say, for example, if the city is cursed with corruption, it doesn't attack randomly. It exposes hypocrisy. It punishes honesty. It thrives in compromise. Now the curse isn't separate from the people. It is them, magnified. This is what the Joker represents. He is the curse that Gotham City gave birth to, a manifestation of its corruption, its neglect, its cruelty. The city created him the same way it creates other forces it doesn't recognize as shaping through collective dysfunction, indifferent and unresolved chaos. He isn't just a man, he's a reflection, a consequence, the embodiment of what happens when a broken system keeps producing broken outcomes, unaware of the monsters forming in the shadows. The Joker was a warning that collective intent of people's unconscious darkness can take shape and become something almost semi-conscious. He symbolized what happens when a community ignores its own shadow until that shadow begins to stare back. No one person can control it. It acts as the amplified will of the group, and corruption accumulate unchecked. They don't just disappear, they manifest. They evolve into forces that reflect the very worst parts of society that creates them. This is why it gotten so bad as TIs we see exactly what it is. It's society. Now that the TI is surrounded by so much negative hostility and negative emotions, I want you to know that someone is channeling it. Someone is absorbing the collective emotion, shaping it intentionally, and weaponizing it. Now it's not just born, it's crafted. They built the channel, took the control of its flow, and used us to amplify it in order to generate the greatest possible output, reverse engineering people's misplaced sense of self-righteousness. Energy created for collective malice is unstable. Why? Because it's rooted in insecurity. That means if the target doesn't internalize the hostility, the curse is weakened. If the truth is exposed, it disappears. This is why they need scapegoating, social exile, character assassination, and mob psychology. It generates and gives form to something. That something becomes an entity, a curse. You want to know why they sensitize you mainly with red and blue? Red equals negative collective intentions, hostility, fear, hatred. Blue equals awareness, discipline, integration, self-control. Red and blue together makes purple. Purple equals the intersection. Purple isn't neutral, purple is transformed energy. This is what we do. We transmute the energy they send towards us It only gets worse when you fight against it, because it's too much for one person to handle. You must redirect it in the right direction. We've been doing this for a while now, and what that means is, in this spiritual realm, we are like royalty. Tell me if this applies to you. Purple symbolizes nobility, luxury, and power, wisdom, creativity, spirituality, and mystery, combined in the calm stability of blue with the fiery energy of red. Purple also evokes feelings of independence, ambition, and imaginative, unconventional thinking. It is the crown chakra. We are something imaginable. Thus we go against something that has to be unimaginable, made up, but we're protected. Purple is protection. Those protected have learned to transmute negative energy that has been felt but mastered. That means people who are purple aren't free of negativity. They processed it. They integrated it. So collective malice can't stick to them the same way that it does with everyone else. A curse gains structure when emotions is repeated. It finds a host. The target internalize it. If someone is purple, they don't absorb red unconsciously. They metabolize it. What is processed, dissolve. What is suppressed, condenses. Purple don't suppress red. It converts it. Red groups try to create curses through coordinated intent. Most people are affected, but purple individuals destabilize curses simply by existing, because the curse need unresolved emotion to anchor. Purple offers no anchor. That creates tension. The red groups become obsessed. The purple becomes rare. The world shifts into imbalance.